Hey, what's up everyone? Max here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. And in today's tutorial, I want to talk to you guys and teach you guys how I added my own personal photos inside Lightroom. So with that said, I'll show you how you can edit any raw photo in Lightroom without using presets, because honestly, you don't need them. I'll be going step by step on how I edit my own personal photos. So if you guys like to see the end result of the photo, how it turns out, stick till the end. Let's get right into it. Okay guys, so here we are in Lightroom and I will show you how I will edit this photo step by step. This is something that I go through every day. This is how I edit my photos for Instagram, and if you like my style, you can follow step by step to achieve similar results. So let's start with the basic settings. We're gonna adjust the exposure a little bit. So I wanna increase the exposure a little bit to make the image brighter. Add the contrast to the image to make it pop. We're gonna drop the highlights like so. Lift the shadows a little bit, just like that. Decrease the whites, increase the blacks, just like so. We're gonna add a little bit of texture, not too much, like that. Add a little bit of clarity to the image, just like so. Dehaze a little bit like that, like this. There we are. So I'm gonna add a little bit of saturation to my image, not too much. So now we're gonna adjust the tone curve. We're gonna increase the highlights, just like so. Decrease the shadows, like that. Lift the shadows, make them more matte, like so. Okay, the image already looks beautiful. So here's the before and after, just with a few basic adjustments. Let's carry on. Okay, so now we'll come back to the color correction a little bit here later on. Let's do the split toning. So I like my images cold, so always like blue and orange, reddish images. Okay, if you think this is too blue right now, don't worry, it's okay, because we will fix it later on. So now let's sharpen the image a little bit, increase the sharpening, increase the masking, because we don't want to sharpen the whole image, because that will make the image look noisy and grainy. We don't want that. We just want the main subject, like the buildings in the image, to be sharpened. We're gonna increase the luminance a bit. So what that does, it actually removes noise from your image, makes your image more smooth looking. So now let's fix the lens correction. So to do that, you have to click enable profile correction. So in this case, I was using a Canon 50mm lens. So for make, we're gonna choose Canon, and for the lens, you have to find your lens in the list. My lens is 50mm f1.4. There we go. Now we want to straighten the image a little bit, even though the image is already straight, but just to make sure, I'm going to click vertical. It straightens the image automatically for me. We don't need any vignette, so we can just hide the vignette. Now let's fix the calibration on this image. So you can play around with this and see what kind of results you like, what kind of edit style you like. If you screw up and you want to come back, so let's say we move this slider all the way up there, right? And you don't want that, you want to reset it. So if you double click on it, it will reset to the stock settings pretty much. So this is the style that I'm going for. So I'm gonna increase the tint all the way, just like so. Then red primary, I'm gonna go to about 60 and saturation at 0. Then green primary, I'm gonna keep it at 0, just the way it is. Now blue primary, on the hue, I'm gonna go -70, just like that. And saturation, I'm gonna go +65. So
just like that. So now when we go back to the color correction tab here, we're gonna increase the reds a little bit, just like so. I want to decrease the blue, so click on the blue image, and I'm gonna drop the saturation on the blue just to about there. Fix the hue a little bit, like so. Now let's go back to orange. I do want to increase the orange like that to make the windows here pop, right? Give them color. I do want to increase the yellow as well, just like so. Greens, there's not much greens here. Let's play around with the purples. Oh yeah, see, it works. So let's drop the saturation, increase the luminance to make them brighter, make them pop. Let's see if magenta does anything for us in this image, and it sort of does. You can see it here in water, the reflection of the. So let's just make it look nice about there, make it a little brighter, just like so. I don't like the blues, so let's increase the brightness of the blue, desaturate it a bit more, just like so. Okay, so there it is, but it's still too cold for me. Let's play around with the temperature a little bit. Let's increase the temperature, make it a little bit warmer. And I like it where it is here now. So now what I want to do is I do want to make the water a little bit brighter. So for that, I will go to the graduate filter. You click on that. So now if you click, right click and drag the slider up, this is your graduate filter. So now if you move it, as you can see, this is the part of the image that we are going to be editing, and the rest of the image won't be touched. So by adjusting these settings here, we'll fix the water. So I do want to make it a little bit warmer, right about there. I don't know, but yes, I do want increased exposure, just like so. I do want to add a little bit of contrast, just a tiny bit, maybe like 40. Okay, if we drop highlights, let's see. No, we want to increase the highlights just a little bit, like that. Add a little bit of clarity, just a tiny bit, not too much. Okay, maybe open the shadows a little bit, like so. I do like what it looks like now. I don't like the greens here, so if we go back to the green section and play around with that, as you can see, it changes only the top part of the green here. Maybe desaturate it a little bit. Perfect. Now this part, desaturate it. Perfect. Okay, so I like it like that. Now I do want to fix the sky a little bit, and to do so, well, there's a few options. Usually what I do for sky adjustments like that, we can use adjustment brush. If you click on that, now you see this circle. So now you can paint away on the image that you like, the parts of the image that you want to fix, and we can adjust the brush size, make it bigger, smaller, feather radius as well. I do like the brush size where it is here. So now if we start painting away, you see where we are painting, just like so. Perfect. So maybe make it a little bit warmer. Just like that. Add a little bit of contrast. Perfect. Add a little bit of clarity to the image, and a little bit of saturation. Sorry, decrease the saturation a little bit, like so. Perfect. I do like it. I don't like one spot here, so click done. We're done with this. I do want to remove this spot here. This is just the dirt on my sensor that I have to clean. So to do so, you have to go here and click on spot removal. You can also make the size bigger and smaller of it, right? Just by moving this. So this is about the right size and a little bit smaller, like so. If you click on that spot, you will find the replacement on your image, somewhere close to it, and we click done. Boom, that spot is gone. That's what we want. I am pretty happy with this image. I do want to fix the city a little bit more. So to do that, we can take the adjustment brush, make it smaller, paint away over the buildings, just like so. And now I do want to make it a little bit warmer. Not too much. Maybe like that. I do want to drop the highlights a little bit. Like so. Lift the shadows up. Just like that. Add a little bit of clarity to the image. A little bit of dehaze, like that, and I'm done. So now if we take a look on before and after, you can see that the image already looks much nicer. So this is somewhat of my style, the way I edit my images. They're cold, blue, orange, reddish photos. There's different ways that you can edit this photo to achieve any style, like any color that you like. Could be warmer, could be brighter, darker, but this is just the way I edit my own photos. So there you guys have it. This is how you can edit your own photos in Lightroom without using any presets. We went over pretty much all of the settings that Lightroom has to offer, and there you go.
So there it is, guys. I hope you really liked this process. I hope you learned something from it today. And let me know down in the comments what you think about this process. What do you think about my style personally? And don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Instagram at YukiPower. Thank you guys for watching. Have a great day.